Night in the Woods is a really good game. I've played it 11 times altogether. 3 times by myself, once with my boyfriend, once with my best friend, one more time by myself, and then a bunch of times for this channel. Now, the times that I've played it for this channel haven't really been published, because I feel like doing commentary over an already really good experience kind of soils it. I'm not funny enough to add anything meaningful to this game, so I hope that through my analysis, I'm at least smart enough to add something. Why is this game so good? Well, maybe this is unsurprising, but as a former college dropout trying to carve a place for herself in the world amongst a growing capitalist hellscape that doesn't want her, all while she's dealing with mental illness, body image, and vague inklings surrounding sexuality and gender, I relate to this. This is me. Plus, look at that. You can project anything onto that even if you don't have a weird obsession with animal people that's, I assure you, entirely above board. This main character may be the most relatable ever. And that's not the only thing it has going for it, but it's one hell of a leg up. But I'm getting way ahead of myself here. Let's roll it back a bit. Spoilers ahead. Mae Borowski drops out of college to find that one of her friends, Casey, has gone missing. Boom. She and her friends decide that it's their responsibility to find Casey. Boom. Through their investigation, they find that Casey was kidnapped by a bunch of xenophobic cultists who believe that giving sacrifice to the harvest god makes their town strong. But what? And that's the plot. If I were James Games over at polygon.waypoint.badgamereviews.net and I tried to complete this game in under an hour for my review deadline, my headline would be Monster of the Week thriller lasts 6 hours. Out of 10. But it's so much more than that. It's a love letter to the open world puzzle games of yesteryear. A gentle granddaughter that leads Grim Fandango to his rocking chair and says, I see what you were going for. Now watch this. It's the angry daughter of Mass Effect 3, slapping them across the face and screaming, that's not how you do multiple endings. You were the most highly anticipated title in a golden age for AAA video games, and you still fucked it up. You had everything, and you still fucked it up. Tangent over. And here's the thing. Night in the Woods doesn't do multiple endings. Mae always ends up the same way no matter what you do. You get a little cutscene depending on which friend you hung out with the most, but after that, you don't know what happens. You assume Mae gets to recover from her traumatic experience, you know some of her friends move away for a better life, and you know that after you put down this game for the final time, these characters, for lack of a better word, are uncomfortable, but happy. I can talk for hours about the way Night in the Woods feels, but I shouldn't. So here's what actually makes Night in the Woods feel the way it feels. This game is segmented into days, the whole game lasting around 2 in-game weeks. If you were speedrunning this, then the basic structure goes get out of bed, walk downstairs, talk to mom, go into town, pick a friend to hang out with, do the hangout mission, go back home, talk to dad, go to bed. What an actual day in Night in the Woods looks like is more like this. Oh man, this town looks so cool. Whoa, this path wasn't open before. What's up here? Oh hey, there's a child on this roof. She's so nice. I should warn her about the cult. I guess while I'm up here I should look around. Whoa, you can actually get inside this building? Oh my god, there are little rats inside this thing. I gotta feed them? I think I saw a pretzel cart down here somewhere. Yep, let me just get one of those. Here you go, little friends. Oh hey, I bet Telescope Guy is back. Fuck yes, Telescope Guy is back. Oh, cool. Alright, I should try to progress. Fuck yes, band practice. I literally do not know this song. Who to hang out with? I choose... And it was at this moment where the universe was split in two. Would she hang out with B or Greg? Wow, that was fun. I feel like I have a deeper understanding of the character I chose to spend time with. Alright, now time to solve this mystery. I feel like I made a realistic amount of progress. Time to go home. Hey dad, haha, late night TV, bedtime. I mentioned it before, but all these things you can actually do make Night in the Woods a living world. More a living world than GTA or Watch_Dogs or any other game claiming to be a living world game. And you can even see it on screen. The atmosphere, to a T, is the suburbia I grew up in, and I think a lot of people grew up in. I live in a suburb of Toronto, and I think this game is set in like Venezuela or something? But the shrinking suburb that you're on the verge of being classed out of really does come through no matter where you think this game takes place. And a big contributing factor to this is the music. In Shadow of the Colossus, you start climbing up the dude and these horns swell and the orchestra's behind you, and you get this real feeling like you're doing something incredible. In Portal, this dude's trying to kill you and the music gets all sci-fi as you're pulled deeper and deeper into this scientific facility. And in Hotline Miami, you don't get a break. You get... And in Night in the Woods, you get small town music. Good fucking music that sounds like you said to one of your friends like, hey, you have GarageBand, right? Yeah? I'm making a video game and I kind of want, like, your music? Oh, okay. Until band practice. All of a sudden, these leitmotifs you've been hearing throughout the game. How do you pronounce leitmotifs? Okay, Google. How do you pronounce leitmotifs?
That's pronounced leitmotif.
Leitmotif. Okay. All of a sudden, these leitmotifs you've been hearing throughout the game swell into this fun and involved minigame. The lyrics on screen poetically sum up the nebulous dread of a town on the verge of falling off the map, and although you can't hit any of the fucking notes for that 1 second where you get like 8 in a row, you feel incredibly connected to the people around you. Speaking of people, May has like 2 friends. She has 2 friends and like 30 kind of friends, like the people that you know from your town but don't really know, like your mom's friends kind of thing, or maybe a teacher that you see at the liquor store sometimes. But she has 2 main friends. Greg is a hyperactive trans man whose lifetime of antics and more or less carefreeness has landed him in a dead-end job at the in-universe equivalent of 7-Eleven. He dreams of moving to the coast with his boyfriend, a literal bear, and starting a new life. He likes long walks on the beach, long emotional heart-to-hearts about being gay in small-town America, and committing petty crimes. Choose a night out with Bachelor number 1 and you're in for a night of excitement. B is a laid-back seeming, actually hyper-stressed best friend from middle school who actually starts out hating the player. If you choose to pursue a relationship with her, though, you'll eventually learn that after her mother passed away, she took over her father's hardware store and lost all hope of going to college. She resents you because you seemingly gave up on her dream. She likes parties where people who actually don't like each other hang out and drink beer, long car rides, and not much else. But if you choose a night out with Bachelor number 2, you're in for a night of explaining that you actually left college because you had a severe mental breakdown. And that's the thing about Night in the Woods' story. By the end of it, you know every major life event in your character's past. All without Dear Diary. I remember when I was 8, I stole my sister's candy bar, and then I told my mom she stole mine, so I actually got 3 candy bars. Or, Dear Diary, when I was 12, I hit Benny Filmer with a baseball bat, and Dear Diary, I think I might be a lesbian. Dear Diary this, Dear Diary that, Dear Diary fucking nothing. We have experiences. We have, hey, who's that girl? I don't know, but she's really hot and she gave me her number. Boom, sexuality established. Hey, why did you drop out of college? Oh, I actually had a severe mental breakdown. Boom, backstory established. And who hasn't had that conversation? With a friend, with a parent, or whatever. And I want to circle back to this. This is what makes Night in the Woods great. We have all been there. We have all stood at the end of the world and made the bad choice to end all bad choices. And I could go on and on. I could talk about how Night in the Woods is a breath of fresh air when it comes to accurate portrayal of mental health problems. I could talk about what seems like the first inoffensive portrayal of a trans person in a video game that made over $1 million. I could talk about how cool the developers are, or this ending that answers all the questions you asked, but also gives you a few to ponder on. I could talk about the fact that half a year after its release, it received a massive DLC for completely free. I could talk about the writing, the design, the new and interesting puzzles and challenges around every turn. Hell, everything I've already talked about I could talk about for another hour and a half. But I think I accidentally stumbled on the nut of Night in the Woods. Night in the Woods is a story about a bunch of young adults making bad choices for good reasons. Or, to put it more plainly, Night in the Woods is a story about a bunch of young adults being young adults. I'm Maddie. Go make some bad choices. Have a nice night. Hi there, I'm just popping in for a little bit of post-commentary. Right at the top, I want to thank YouTube users Video Game Donkey, Buddy the Rat, and Brumisator, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, for their various gameplay footages that I used. As well as thank you for watching. I understand what you've come to expect from this channel is a little bit less serious content, because that's really what I've been uploading lately, like a lot more YouTube poops rather than like actual scripted, well thought out content. So I want to thank you if you've watched this long and haven't like clicked off looking for the next shitty like parody video. Last but not least, I want to thank Tumblr user Julie Carbon, who actually did this little avatar of me as a Night in the Woods character. So thank you so much, Julie. Links to all of these creators will be down in the description if you want to check them out.